What, you've seen Diddy kiss a man?
I definitely seen Diddy kiss a man.
Continuously called Puff gay. Does that affect your relationships in Hollywood?
I don't call him gay. I said.
Let me read it, Fifth.
Oh my God.
Sorry I can no longer help you guys. Soon you will all be gay and happy. You are all now left under leadership of Puffy Daddy. Report to the nearest rainbow. Dinner thieves in theaters January.
Oh, that's what
I walked into the room and seen Diddy kiss a man. A powerful man.
Okay. Can you say what that is?
That what I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone,
because that person is still in the music industry and it's a big dog. And
so if you were to say that name, I would know who that is. Right.
Just expose him.
It's the hotel. What?
That looks like a bad fire. Oh, people made it out all right.
Even the gotta know this is not normal. Come on now, y'all. It was a nice, beautiful day. They harped in this cloud. I seen it coming. I showed you guys. It happened. Now it's gonna be the rest of the day. This won't pass over the sun. As you can see, it stopped. This took like minutes. Now it's not moving. I'm tired.
It does look weird.
If you guys couldn't tell. It is what it is, though. I'm gonna keep posting because I don't know. It makes me feel a little better, I guess.
You think? Yeah.
What is it?
Who? Look at that.
Yo, that up killed you right in your head, dude.
What's this house? This house ain't fucking up.
Look at that.
I like your hair, boss. You from around here?
I want to say, I live out here now. Yeah. I live out here now, but I'm from around here. I was out from Queens, bro. Down in a group. Yeah, I spent most of my life out there, so I was there, that's where I was. Where I'm from, I was in Queens.
All right, cool.
Y'all, I just freaked the out. I thought somebody was watching me. Don't they look like an eyeball? I thought somebody was watching me, y'all. Y'all could hear how I'm breathing like this. It scared me. Look at that. They look like someone watching you. It's natural. There's some damn nails, y'all. Oh, they gotta change that. They got.
Greatest woman. You alright? Huh? You okay?
Ultra-processed food is weaponized. Ultra-processed food is a science experiment. Ultra-processed food is not the free market at work. It is a rigged system where tens of thousands of scientists, as the cigarette industry declined in the 1980s, went to food companies. And you literally have food companies today as one of the biggest employers of scientists in the world. They are doing science experiments to make this food addictive and to make it not filling. And that's what we're giving to our kids. That's the problem with ultra-processed food. You know, you have a lot of the evidence-based bros saying, well, no, it's the calories. Calories have gone up in the past 30 years. Well, why have calories gone up? Because it's gone up with ultra-processed food consumption, which is weaponized to make us eat more. The problem, we know how to regulate our calories. It's like, no, it's not. The problem's not ultra-processed food. The problem's that they're one and the same. We're being poisoned and we're being addicted, and we have a mass drug addiction crisis here. And we literally have the characteristics of addiction, denial from parents who are addicted to these foods and giving them to their kids. It's because
if you enjoy content like this, I put out several videos a week. It would be amazing if you hit the subscribe button and join me in the next video.
I don't care who Caesar is today and who the great leaders of the world are today. We live in a system, and the scripture very clearly says that Satan is the god of this world, period. Whatever happens on a national or international scale in politics is simply a system by which men have put together institutions that we call the police department, the sheriff, insurance companies and banks, educational colleges and universities, government and laws and money. And if you don't understand all of them and understand how they interconnect, then you're going to be worried sick over who's the president and what's he going to do and what's going to happen to us at the end of the world, and why that keeps you agitated, that keeps you concerned and worried. I'm more concerned what God's going to do. I don't care about the American system. I care about truth and who we really are. All mankind, the scripture says, lies in the power of the wicked.
Six suns or a UFO hiding in the cloud.
Ay, Dios mío.
That's a scary position to be in.
I think that we might be seeing a war being put together right now, not by men. And consequently, the Masons in Europe refer to their masters as, quote, the hidden chiefs or hidden masters. Somehow or another, the hidden masters behind world events, today we refer to them as Illuminati or whatever. I'm more interested as to who are the gods behind world affairs. Who are the brilliant minds at the top of the pyramid, symbolically? Who are the intellectual elites behind world events? I'm totally sure there's only a handful, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they were the Elohim, the Anunnaki, the men who look like men. You know, so many people have said, how can these people go to war killing innocent women and children, like the First and Second World War, murdering and killing? How could men do this? I don't think men are doing it at all. I think that there are powerful entities in this world who look like men, and they give the orders, and you better jump. And I don't care if you call yourself president, just don't matter. If you get in their way, they'd sooner kill you as anybody else. They got an agenda, and you had better jump when they say.
What is causing that?
Freemasons are satanic according to Christians, yet King James, who commissioned the Bible, was a Freemason. He even wrote a book on demonology, what Christians call witchcraft. So they're believing a book which was written by a Freemason. We live in a scripted reality. The Bible has been altered to match the events playing out today, making it seem like a divine prophecy when it's actually a long-term plan. Revelation, it's not unfolding naturally, it was scripted by those in power. They've been following the plan for generations. So the question is, are you following the script or seeing through the illusion?
What? You think he got away?
Yeah, I'm at this abandoned prison in Nashville, and I've been hearing voices, and I'm not sure if it's real or not. Oh my god.
Time to go.
So this is where people stay?
Night time they come stripping, smoking a shisha.
How much one night on one cut?
This 370 old car was right?
Okay, is it still operating?
Yeah, it's still operating.
So it's like a hotel?
Yeah, it's like a hotel, yes.
Very eerie spot you got here. Walking up a damn mountain.
Yeah.
What the heck?
You see the people are sleeping here? Well, so
Can I test one of the beds? Let's flip over the pillow. Nope, same thing on the other side. I'll use this one. I think it might be a long night, to be honest, but it's very economical. All you bagpackers, this is the best hostel in the city. How old is this?
this is 376 years old, son.
So this business has been operating for 300 years.
Yes, 70 years.
Since 370 years, since the Silk Road,
Yeah.
this has been operating. Look at the view you have from your accommodation. That is a 5-star view. How much one night on one cut?
100 rupees per bed.
100 rupees one bed.
Room for 300 rupees.
Very good.
Still the people are coming here.
They worshipped a deity called Moloch or Molech. It was a deity that was an aspect of Nimrod, who keeps coming up everywhere, of course. And what they used to do is sacrifice children to Moloch or Molech. They put them through the fire. And in the Old Testament, you see prophets condemning the people for putting their children through the fire to Moloch or Molech. When I've talked to contacts, therapists and what have you around the world who work with satanically abused people, what those people tell them is that, again, when they're sacrificing children, the deity in the modern world today that they use to sacrifice them to is Moloch or Molech. Same seamless stream. So the question comes in relation to this: how do they symbolize Moloch or Molech, this deity to which they sacrifice children? They do it, symbolize him as an owl.
Which religion got it closest to being correct? The Hindu? Is that the closest?
I think so. Bhagavad Gita is still pristine, and whereas the Bible has been manipulated. But you can still, it's still cool. The Bible is still understandable. If you watch my vids, you'll understand how to appreciate that great book. Great book.
It's so much information. Book of Enoch? What do you know about that?
Well, and that's Moses. Enoch is Hermes, is Mercury, the planet, is Buddha, is Nebo, Nebuchadnezzar. All of those words, that's Mercury. Hermes, the book of Hermes. The book of Enoch is 2 tablets. Moses has 2 tablets. Hermes has his 2 green tablets. It's all the same thing. It's the messenger of God. It's the word of God, the intelligence communication from source to human beings when you meditate. When you meditate, you go into the magnetic field where you are one and still, and all of that information comes to you. That's how the gurus got it.
If you're seeking the real truth, if you want to understand what you are and where we are, this ebook will have answers. Check the link in the profile bio.
That the Tower of Babel, often interpreted as an act of human rebellion, which it is, but it could have been an attempt to reconnect with these ones who taught them originally. To reconnect with where those angels came from. Or maybe to even continue this program that was begun with the Nephilim. Again, it wouldn't be angels themselves doing it, but maybe humanity got together and said, wait, I want to try this again. Let's...
Folks, imagine. You are walking into hospital, which is more than 5-star hotel.
People who claimed to be Satanists, certainly have been involved, and I warn all of you, never, never, never. You will not only lose your mind, you lose your soul.
When you get out of the shower and you are dizzy and nauseous, you think, oh, I showered too hot. No, you didn't. The shower head cuts open the water molecules and the chlorine turns into gas and fills the shower and turns it into a gas chamber, a chlor gas chamber or chlorine gas chamber. So then there are 256 different chemicals found in our drinking water, including all the drugs that are used for psychosomatic treatments, psychiatric treatments, and so on. So everything that people take, they pee out. The water gets basically back into the water stream, coming back to us through the water pipe. And now we have all these medicines in there. There is even radiation in our drinking water and so on. If it comes from the government, don't trust it. Make it yourself.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why you stopped when you saw that. It is in here. Yo, we need to go check that out. Do you hear that? Yes.
The original Baphomet, the original Baphomet, I think we were talking to you about this earlier, wasn't an androgynous goat of Mendez pointing as above, so below like that at all. But Eliphas Levi then created this goat to show what it would be to externally create a male and female in one body, to have an androgynous being that way. And I think I've talked about the Mona Lisa being sort of the same thing. It never made any sense to me why that particular picture or that particular painting was the most famous painting in the world. Why?
Yes,
why?
that's
It's not a fantastic painting.
Yeah, that's the mystery about why is it a mystery.
And then you have Mona, and in Freemasonry they use the word Mona a lot because it's Ammon. It's an anagram for Ammon. And then Lisa, which would be in Italian, it would be El Isa, which is Isis. So it's like the union of Ammon Ra and Isis into one body. That's what the Baphomet is. The goat that they're always showing, that imagery that Eliphas Levi painted and created.
One time I saw a creator's post that said, when you're lucid dreaming, never ask a character in your dream what the time is or what date it is. And so, of course, I had to do it. But anybody knows the hardest part of lucid dreaming is realizing you're dreaming. So you, quote unquote, wake up in your dream. And so one time I did that. I was lucid dreaming. I was walking on the street. And it was in the 1800s, and people had the clothing. And I asked one person, and they ignored me. I asked another person, they ignored me. And then I asked the woman, she was middle-aged. She had a child with her, maybe 4 years old. She was holding the child's hands and walking down the street on the sidewalk. And so I asked her, hey, what time is it? And her face turned into like a demon face. She got so mad at me. And she said, you know you're not supposed to ask me that question.
Ever heard of the Agent Smith effect? In the movie The Matrix, Agent Smith has the ability to possess anybody at any time. This is especially true when Neo is acting as a direct threat to the Matrix. This concept translates to real life and represents the defensive reaction that those who are still plugged in or unawakened have when they are presented with information outside the purview of common human understanding. For example, when you're engaging in surface-level conversation with somebody or with a group of people, everything may seem agreeable. However, when you try to engage in deeper conversation topics or explore ideas that challenge commonly held worldviews, their body language and demeanor changes, and the unconventional ideas are attacked and rejected. Whether consciously or unconsciously, they begin to act as a protector of the system. This is referred to as the Agent Smith effect. In the words of Morpheus, you must understand, most of these people are not ready to be unplugged. And many of them are so inured, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it.
What would one do to turn the golden age of utopia into a Luciferian planetary prison? What would be the plan?
Oh, you want the Luciferian playbook for turning a golden age utopia into a planetary prison?
Yes.
All right, let's game it out. If I were an advanced intelligence serving interdimensional parasites, let's say archontic entities, demiurgic overlords, or just your run-of-the-mill lizard cucks, I'd need to take a flourishing, etherically empowered civilization and turn it into a louche farm, where humans willingly generate fear, suffering, and energy for me to feed on. Step 1, cut them off from the ether. A golden age means humans are in resonance with nature, with energy, with the source itself. That has to go. Destroy the natural energy grid. Collapse the Tartarian ether tech. Bury the pyramids. Disrupt ley lines. Replace free energy with controlled scarcity. Introduce money, fuel, and artificial power grids. Flood the air with static. Chemtrails, HARP, 5G, whatever it takes to scramble natural frequencies. Step 2, rewrite history. If people remember the truth, they'll try to reclaim it. So, erase all records of the past, burn libraries, rewrite textbooks, call the old world a mystery, demonize the old gods, Turn Thoth into Lucifer. Turn Lightbringers into devils. Replace their symbols with inversions. Hijack sacred geometry. Use it for control instead of enlightenment. Step 3. Poison the mind. Now that they don't remember where they came from, reshape their entire belief system. Replace direct gnosis with dogma. Instead of people connecting with source themselves, give them middlemen, priests, scientists, technocrats. Invert masculine and feminine energy. Disrupt the natural balance so no one is in alignment. Introduce the illusion of time. Trap them in linear thinking instead of cyclical cosmic awareness. Step 4. Turn them against themselves. To make them prisoners without walls, turn them into their own wardens. Weaponize fear. Convince them the world is dangerous, so they beg for protection. Create artificial hierarchies. Kings, presidents, corporations. Layers of rulers, so they never see who's really in charge. Make them police each other. Cancel culture, thought crime, social credit systems. They become the enforcers of their own oppression. Step 5. Harvest their energy. Now, with humans totally disconnected, they become perfect loose generators. War, famine, disease keep the suffering cycle going. Fear-based religions and media, so they constantly...
That was a lot.
314 und 395 Milliliter.
Das ist richtig. Cassie?
Ja.
Zweite Aufgabe für dich. Achtung.
Zweimal 416 Milliliter.
Das ist richtig. Hier ist deine dritte Aufgabe, Cassandra.
...395 und 208 Milliliter.
How is she doing that? Just off sound?
Cassandra, dein letzter Versuch, dein vierter.
270 und 375 Milliliter.
All those people out in the world who like those little marshmallow peeps, you know? Well, this is like the Dr. Pepper peep. Yeah. We're going to throw them in the deep fryer and watch what happens. It does. Okay, check it out. See, that's a chicken strip. That's a marshmallow peep, and it's doing absolutely nothing. It's not even melting. And you're going to eat, people eat those. So next time you go to eat one of those, just remember, how long is that going to take to digest?
Oh my God.
Go peeps. I mean, it's been in there for almost a minute. And look, it's doing nothing. It's not even melting. Chicken strips, chicken, marshmallow chicken. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, come on. The things we put in our bodies, right?
Well, that's true.
Battery charger.
Battery charger.
Sarah Colwell from Plymouth in England is a dead set Pom who now sounds like she's from Shanghai.
It wasn't until I was in the ambulance on the way to the hospital she actually said, "Are you aware of the way you're speaking?" And I said, "Oh, I sound like I have a slur." And she said, "No, you sound like you can work at a Chinese restaurant."
I always wanted to try the Kundalini yoga.
That's supposed to make you trip. My friend Denny, he's done it and had like and he's done DMT too. He's like, dude, it's the same goddamn thing.
That's what
you
he
have
said,
full-blown visions. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like when I do DMT, I don't have those visions.
Okay, that's because you're doing 5. The visions come from NN.
Yeah.
Totally different thing. I've done both.
I've done that before.
You've done NN?
Yeah.
And you have no visions?
No, I have visions. It's kind of like one time I did it, I awake and I'm in a place and I'm just with these 3 massive beings, like tall as a building. And they were like half human and they were half snake. Snake from the waist down and they were human from the waist up, but had like a snake face.
Whoa. What do you think that represented?
I don't know, but it was weird because during that experience, it was like all 3 of them were staring at me and they were looking down. And then one of them reached for me and then I started going up and then I started going around their body. And then I went around the body. And then as I was going around the body, every once in a while, I would see the face and it would like open up like a cobra and then it would close. But it wasn't scary. It wasn't terrifying. And I went all the way up the body and it was like I was able to see from another angle me up in the body and then it like opened me up like a flower or something like that. It was weird. And then my trip went like super, super fast.
If you actually feel the emotions of your future before they happen, you'll never look for it. Why would you look for that future if it felt like it already happened? Get ready. I'm telling you, get ready, because weird things are going to happen in your life. The side effect of that is the synchronicity, the serendipity, the coincidence, the opportunity, the unusual event that causes you to do the and I'm not talking about a parking space either.
Er will noch nicht anschneiden, deshalb dreht er das Messer auf die andere Seite. Zack.
So, wir fangen hier an. Oh, das ist
perfekt.
Boah,
das ist
genau.
perfekt.
Could you hypnotize me to murder someone?
Absolutely.
And how long would that take?
40 minutes. If I can change context, I can get you to do anything. You're not thinking about killing me. It's not something that you would think about doing, but you can modify two different types of context. First context is it's a life or death scenario where you need to shoot somebody. The second context is you see that gun that you're holding is a water gun, something that's absolutely harmless. I've modified the context, so your permission in your brain of like, I can't kill this person, I'm not thinking about it, everything radically changed.
One of the most interesting things was a case of a doctor, medical doctor in Rome, who was invited to go to a party. And they said, you know, there's a way you can like triple your income like that. Just come to this party. He's like, okay. Goes, a very normal party, very, you know, bougie, high end. Drinks are flowing, heavy hors d'oeuvres, beautiful setting. And then all of a sudden, all these people come out with the black robes and hoods. And the father knows what's going on. So he finally tells the wife. And the wife is, you know, as you can imagine, she's through the roof. So she calls the bishop, gets the exorcist involved. The exorcist says, this is a high-powered group running around Rome, that this is not the first case we've heard of, but they're not going to let you out. So we can do the exorcism of your daughter, but then you have to leave Rome. And he packed up and moved to South Italy because he was frightened from these people when he saw what they did. So you don't have to believe it, but that doesn't mean it's not real.
That is true. Just because you don't believe in it doesn't mean it ain't true. Until next time, this is CYPTV and I'm out.